going to be honest. Drake Maye, he showed a lot of promise in his first ever NFL game. You know, he did have a couple of turnovers. He had a fumble and interception, but the Patriots offense scored more points than what they've done all season long when Jacoby Brissett was at the helm. You know, he had some big throws like to Kayshon Boutte for his first touchdown. Then you had a nice touchdown throw to Pop Douglas. My big concern with Drake Maye is that this offensive line is going to allow him to continue to get crushed because he took some big hits in that game against Houston. Will Anderson had 3 sacks just by himself. The Patriots' offensive tackles are just a complete mess. They couldn't protect Drake Maye to save their lives, but with having Drake Maye in that quarterback now, the Patriots' offense has more explosiveness now. Okay, now you got a quarterback who can actually push the football downfield, make some big deep throws, or make some big throws downfield. He can also have the ability to extend plays, be able to pick up yards with his legs when the offensive line breaks down, which is pretty often. You know, like, I was really concerned about Drake Maye just being thrown out there to the wolves against a team as good as what the Texans are. But you know, like, this probably was the best thing for Drake Maye. There's only so much that you're going to learn being on the bench, especially if you're learning from somebody like Jacoby Brissett. Eventually, you are going to have to throw this dude out there, and you're just hoping that the offensive line, you can figure out a solution for it moving forward, and that he doesn't get killed too badly behind that old line, that it kind of holds back his development. Because when you're playing behind a bad offensive line, it's easy to develop bad tendencies. And Drake Maye, one of the biggest concerns that I had with him when he was coming out of North Carolina was that he didn't really have good pocket presence. So when you're playing behind the offensive line that is this bad, it's hard to develop better pocket presence, because how can you get better inside the pocket if you don't trust your offensive line to give you enough time to complete passes from within the pocket? Which is why you see guys like Bryce Young in their second year just look completely unstartable, because they've developed so many bad habits due to how bad their offensive line was in their rookie season, that by the time you get in year 2 and you put a good enough team around them, you know, they just have ghosts that they keep seeing from how bad year 1 went for them. And they have a hard time trusting what surrounds them. So for the Patriots, it's important that you continue to not only help Drake Maye develop week by week, but you also continue to figure out how to find a solution to that awful offensive line situation that you got going on right now. Because when the Patriots dynasty was at their peak, it wasn't when they had Randy Moss or Wes Welker. The Patriots dynasty was at their peak when you had Brady playing behind a great offensive line. One thing that you can always say that was consistent about what Tom Brady had to work with in New England throughout the Belichick-Brady dynasty is that they always had one of the best offensive lines in the National Football League nearly every single year. And if the Patriots are going to help Drake Maye become this franchise quarterback that they desperately need, you got to make sure that you can shore up that offensive line. You got to be able to protect this brother, man. Some of the hits that he took against Houston, I was just like, well, damn, man. You mean to tell me these are the 2 best offensive tackles y'all could have thrown out there? I would have thought after halftime they would have made some adjustments and thrown some new offensive tackles out there. But for the most part, I was really impressed with how Drake Maye played in his official debut. You know, he did have some mistakes, but he also had some big splash plays as well, and that's what you expect. And I felt like Drake Maye's debut was a lot better than Caleb Williams' rookie debut, when he didn't even have over 100 passing yards against the lowly Tennessee Titans. So, I mean, like, Drake Maye, when you compare his rookie debut to some of the other rookie debuts that we've seen, Bo Nix, you know, like, he looked pretty impressive. So I was really encouraged with how well Drake Maye looked in his first ever NFL game in a Patriots uniform. You know, like, there definitely are some things that he needs to work on, but that's what starting him is for. You know, his rookie season, you're not expecting to make it to the playoffs. You're not competing for anything. The rest of this season is nothing but development time for Drake Maye to get better. And then when you go into 2025, hopefully he takes a big step in improvement in his second season and you give him a better supporting cast that you can put yourself in the position to not just make the playoffs, but to also compete for the division title with the Buffalo Bills, who have owned this division for the last couple of years. Hey man, have you hit that like button yet? Have you subscribed to the channel? Because if not, what are you doing? Only takes less than a second to do so, man. I love football. You love football. This is the best place to be if you are a diehard fan of football, man. We're talking NFL, college football, 24/7, 365 days a year. If you are a diehard football fan, this is the right place for you. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon so you don't miss when we drop new content, and go live.